Welcome to The Explainer. So today we're talking about artificial intelligence, but we are going to completely flip the script on that whole AI is going to take your job narrative. You hear it everywhere, right? AI is coming to replace us, automate everything, and kill jobs. But what if that's just the totally wrong way to think about it? What if AI isn't here to replace you, but to make you ridiculously powerful? That's the big, kind of provocative idea we're digging into today. It comes from the technologist and investor Balaji Srinivasan, and honestly, it's a total game changer. So, okay, let's get into it. All right, so AI makes you the CEO. What does that even mean? It's not about, getting a fancy corner office. Nope, it's about one thing: demolishing a huge barrier that's existed forever, the crazy high cost of actually getting things done. Think about it. In the past, if you wanted to try being a manager, you couldn't just practice. You had to hire real people, raise real money, and build a real company. And if you failed, well, that was really expensive. But now, what's the cost of hiring an AI to sketch out a business plan, design a logo, or write your marketing copy? It's basically nothing. It's zero. And that means anyone, literally anyone, can now test their big ideas at scale.
So this whole thing creates like 3 new rules for how we work. First, you're not getting replaced by AI. You're the one who's constantly hiring the latest AI and firing the old one. See the difference? Second, you're the CEO. You're the one calling the shots. And third, you become this kind of super-powered generalist. You can manage design, you can manage coding, you can manage marketing, you can oversee the whole shebang, at least enough to get things rolling.
Okay, but with all this newfound power comes a huge, huge problem. A literal tidal wave of just junk. Cheap, generic, AI-generated content that is already flooding everything from our inboxes to our social feeds. And this leads to a concept that is just perfect. It's called lorem AI ipsum. You know lorem ipsum, right? The placeholder text? Well, lorem AI ipsum is the AI version. It's that stuff that looks fine at a glance, but it has zero soul. No thought behind it. It's just AI filler. So how do you deal with this flood of AI junk? Balaji has this really simple and kind of brutal filter. When you get a piece of AI-generated slop, he says the person who sent it is one of 3 things. 1, they're lazy. They couldn't be bothered to edit it or make it good. 2, they're stupid. They actually think it's good work. Or 3, they're evil. They're actively trying to trick you with something fake. And this whole thing creates this crazy economic imbalance, right? The cost to generate stuff, articles, images, code, has plummeted to 0, but the cost to verify if any of that stuff is actually real or good, that cost is shooting through the roof. It's now your job to sift through all the garbage. Okay, so if figuring out what's real is the new big problem, what's the one thing that we humans can do that an AI just can't? What's our unique advantage here?
It all comes down to one word: taste. And no, we're not talking about fashion here. Taste, in this sense, is your feel for the world. It's that human ability to just sense what's relevant right now, in culture, in the market, in politics. It's something AI can't do, because it's just trained on a frozen snapshot of the past.
And that gives us this really cool new way to think about our partnership with AI. Humans are the sensor. We use our taste, our intuition to figure out what needs to be done. We sense the opportunity. Then the AI is the actuator. It's the engine that takes our direction and executes on it at a scale we could never even dream of before. And get this sensor idea could get way crazier. We're not just talking about typing in prompts. Imagine your smartwatch or other wearables feeding your biological data, your stress levels, your heart rate, directly to an AI. It could start acting on your behalf before you even consciously realize what you need. It's not reading your mind, it's reading your body. Okay, so let's take this sensor and actuator idea and apply it to something concrete. You've probably heard about the so-called SaaS apocalypse, right? The theory that AI is about to wipe out the entire software industry. So the big fear is that any kid in a basement can now use AI to clone a tool like Figma or Slack in a single weekend. But that theory misses the most important part of the puzzle. Building the software is easy now. Building the audience, getting the users, that is still incredibly hard. And that's exactly why the big established players actually have a massive advantage. If you're a SaaS company and you already have a ton of users, You can use AI to build amazing new features and ship them to your audience instantly. The ones who should be scared aren't the innovators. It's the lazy incumbents. The ones who haven't improved their product in years and are just coasting, those are the companies that are in real trouble.
All right, this is where it all comes together. We're going to connect how AI changes work inside your company with how we have to deal with the messy, chaotic world outside of it.
So check out this dynamic. Inside your tribe, your team, your company, your trusted circle, AI is an incredible productivity boost. Everyone's sharing, everyone's building, but the moment you have to interact with people outside your tribe, productivity actually goes down. Why? Because now you have to waste all your time and energy fighting off AI spam and trying to figure out what's even real.
So, this means we need two completely different toolkits. For work inside the tribe, we use AI to move at lightning speed. But for trust between tribes in this new world of fakes, we need something else. And that's where technologies like crypto come in, as a way to prove things are real and establish trust when you're dealing with strangers.
Whoa, okay, that was a lot. Let's do a quick, hardcore recap of all the big ideas we just covered.
Okay, here we go. 1, AI makes you the CEO. 2, watch out for lorem ipsum, that's soulless AI junk. 3, filter it with the lazy, stupid, or evil test. 4, remember the core problem. Generation is cheap, but verification is expensive. 5, the solution is you being the sensor and AI being the actuator. 6, this means there's no sauce apocalypse, just a reckoning for lazy companies. And 7, the grand plan is AI for work within your tribe and crypto for trust between tribes.
Look, if you remember just one thing from all of this, make it this. Your job is no longer about doing the work, it's about seeing the work that needs to be done. Develop your taste, hone your judgment. That is the one thing AI will never be able to automate. But I want to know what you think. Let's get a real debate going. That lazy, stupid, or evil framework, is it a brilliant way to cut through the noise, or is it just way too simple for the real world? Let me know your honest opinion and why down in the comments. And hey, if you want a cheat sheet with all these frameworks, a full breakdown of everything we just talked about, just drop a comment below. Any comment will do. We'll send the guide right over to you. Thanks for watching.